What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I'm your host, Robert, and today we're going to talk about a series that brings about some inspiration and slight nostalgia for me a little bit, which is why I broke out my old cross country jacket from high school, which I can surprisingly still fit. But there's a series. This series is called "Run on Your New Legs." Now, this is a fairly new series, but a fairly short one. Now, it is published by Yen Press, who shout out to them for giving me a digital review copy. And the story and art is done by Wataru Midori. Now, this series, like I said, it's fairly short, but we just started getting it in English in this year. I think there's currently 3 volumes out, but I only got to read like a volume and a half so far. But the whole series, there's only 5 volumes across 38 chapters, so fairly short series. But yeah, so this series follows a young lad by the name of, let me make sure I get his full name. Where did it go? Shota Kikuzato. Shota Kikuzato. Who in middle school, he was kind of like a star athlete on the soccer team, him and his best friend. But there he ended up in a terrible accident, I believe at the start of his high school year, where he ended up losing one of his legs, I think his left leg. And he also ended up missing pretty much that whole first year of school. So the story pretty much picks up with him starting freshman year all over again, or his first year of high school all over again. Just kind of not motivated much, because it's like, well, this big dream him and his best friend had, he feels like he can no longer pursue due to his injury. And so this story does a very interesting and inspiring job, just kind of giving more insight into a person's life, a person who might be dealing with a disability of some sort, but specifically with a prosthetic leg or a prosthetic limb in general. And so across, like I said, this volume and some change that I read, it was just very neat, like I said, just seeing this character start to slowly find new motivations again, because basically what ends up happening is one day he is out at the store, at the mall, somewhere or whatever, with a buddy of his, and there is a parent who is not paying attention, as I've seen all too often, being a parent myself, watching other parents, who has a baby in a stroller that they're pushing, and then they also have a small toddler. And so they're coming off of the elevator, and the toddler, one of his toys, falls in like the little slot where the elevator doors close and stuff. And the mom is not paying attention. She's just walking, thinking her child is behind her. Well, Shota notices this and just instinctively runs to try to save the kid and stuff. So, well, coincidentally, in the same area, there happens to be this guy named Chidori, who I guess the job title or his profession is a prosthetist, basically somebody who makes prosthetic limbs. And so he sees the way Shota is moving and running, but also notices, like, of course, how wobbly he's kind of running, because of course his prosthetic leg that he has is not meant for running. It's just meant for just everyday, just walking around at a normal pace and stuff. And so this kind of begins this journey, this partnership of basically Chidori offering Shota a actual running prosthetic leg that we see on the cover of the manga volume, and Shota basically starts to begin to find a new sense of purpose and a new goal because he still yearns for running in general, even if he might never be able to actually play soccer again, just to be able to just sprint across the horizon, across a grassy field. Um, and yeah, and that's kind of like I said, like the long and short of what I've read so far. Um, Now he did so I can't remember if this was in volume one or if this might have been in the beginning of volume two, but he did uh kind of start to kind of get, this is kind of like what starts to get like the wheels turning of him wanting to get into actual competition and stuff like that when it comes to running. And yeah, and one thing I love about like sports manga, because a while back when I first started getting into like sports related series, I was never sure if I could actually enjoy them, reading them versus watching them in the anime. But I've come to realize, of course, several series I've read over the years, like Haikyuu, and now, Run on Your New Legs, and several other sports manga and stuff, is that if the art and stuff is done well enough, then sometimes you can still feel like you are seeing the movement happen. And so, yeah, so there was, like I said, there was a point like towards like the end, and it was the end of the first volume, where he starts to actually try some actual competition and stuff. And like I said, it just kind of just starts to inspire him to want to go beyond and try to, find a new, some new goals and a new purpose. But yeah, like I said, I don't really have too much to say to drag this on. But like I said, this was just something that was just very motivating and inspiring to read. And I look forward to reading the rest of the series because, like I said, it's only going to be 38 chapters across 5 volumes. So I'll probably just wait until, because more than likely, if 3 volumes are out already, we'll probably get all 5 by the end of 2023, hopefully. And honestly, I would also love to see this be maybe like a short, maybe like a 12 episode anime or something, 12, 13 episode anime. Because I feel like this would be something that would be very, very cool to see as well. But yeah, so give Run on Your New Legs a shot. Like I said, it is a very cool and insightful look into the life of a person who might have gone through this tragedy, but also in how a person can still find uh, inspiration and motivation to try something new once you kind of meet new people and kind of uh, just kind of just open up and just find somebody who will push you to want to try something new, to want to be better. And with that being said, I'm done. Thank you so much for watching and or listening. You can catch me everywhere at Dad Needs to Talk, and let me know what you think of this series, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all be easy. Peace.